Hey, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we're going to be working on my 1997 Honda Civic hatchback. And if you guys haven't seen the previous video on this, I'd really recommend checking it out, and I'll make sure to leave a link above. Now where we left off with this car is we just wrapped up doing the install on the DC Sports cold air intake, which has actually made quite a tremendous change to the driving experience for this car. This, combined with the hybrid racing short shifter, has really transformed things for this little Honda. But what we're actually going to be doing today is we're going to be putting this car on the dyno. So I'm just going into this with a very open mind, and I'm hoping to break the record for having one of the slowest cars out there. And just to recap where we were, I mean, the engine bay has definitely made a transformation overall with the DC Sports cold air intake, as well as cleaning up the engine bay. But for the most part, this car is 100% stock. And unfortunately, I've just been so busy with working on the E36 because I have some upcoming stuff with that as well, that I haven't had a chance to even clean this thing. And I have to leave pretty soon, so this thing is currently covered in leaves. It's gonna be interesting to see what other cars are out there, because this is through a car club that I'm a part of, and unfortunately, I'm sure that there's gonna be a lot nicer cars than mine. But I'm not really here in the business to show off or say that I have like a super fast car, but I think this will just be a really cool learning experience for you and I as I take you guys with me on this little journey as we go to a little dyno day. Nothing too crazy on the agenda. I think we're just gonna go out there, have some fun, and especially in stock form, I'm not really too worried about it. It's got oil in it. Worst case scenario, if it starts burning some oil, I actually got a jug of some Lucas oil stabilizer, because you guys know we love that stuff after we blew up the Tastefully Clapped Mazda 2. But that's for another story and another day. And I'm happy to officially announce that I'm a part of the hybrid racing team. And they were kind enough to create me my own page and also give you guys a 5% discount. So all you gotta do is click the link down in the description, go to my page, and you'll be able to sign up to get 5% off of everything on Hybrid Racing's site. So huge thanks to Hybrid Racing, and let's get back into the video. So we just pulled up on the back side of the shop. I need to move my car back, but a lot of really cool cars. It's pretty diverse, I would say, for the most part. Wow, I was guessing 65. That's amazing. Dude, that's sweet. And we're back. So what I wanted to do is I just wanted to hop on here and give a quick recap of what my experience was like going to a dyno day for the very first time. And I will say, I think I want to go back. I think it would be really fun to make some more further upgrades and transformations to the Civic and be able to provide you guys with a real-time horsepower spec difference when it comes to certain types of upgrades. Now in this case, we only did a cold air intake and a shifter. Shifter doesn't really change anything in terms of horsepower. All this really does is open up more air to go into the engine. So this is not really what I would consider a build or anything like that, but this is a good starting point for just the learning experience for anybody that wants to get into this stuff. And I even went out of my way and I got the Civic a little treat because we had a pretty long day today, so I got some high mileage, the fancy stuff, oil stabilizer, because this engine burns a little bit of oil. And it's a tendency with these old Hondas. I'm not gonna pour the whole jug in, maybe just a little bit. You know, it's like giving your dog a little bit of a treat. But anyways, I wanna go into the dyno numbers because you guys must be very curious about what you can get out of a stock D16. And I wanna preface this by saying that I am actually genuinely impressed on this little Honda, what we were able to get out of it after 25 years of being on the road, being abandoned, being taken to an auction, and then me picking it up and trying to, at the very least, put it back to where it was once before. Now, when it comes to the power figures, this is what they gave me. So this was on a dyno jet. I know that there's different types of dynos, and this is, I think, the more traditional setup where the wheels underneath your wheels come in contact together and it rolls in unison, and then they get the power figures based off that. And what I believe they also do is they pull the pulsation off of one of the ignition wires. So for the spark plug wire here, what they do is almost like how they do with like a timing light. They have this device that clamps in here, and I think it's able to pull a pulse that's coming off of that. So with that, we see that my max power average was kind of all over the place. I would say is around 96-ish horsepower, but my max was 97.23 horsepower. So we didn't crack the 100 with this thing. I honestly wasn't expecting that. I was honestly expecting 65. That's what I was guessing. And everybody there was actually pretty cool. I felt a little bit of judgment when I first got there because there was a lot of high horsepower cars. And for me, I'm just going in there with a very open mind. And I know that there's sometimes a lot of egos in the car community, and I respect a lot of people that put so much time and effort into putting a car together. But I also do think that there shouldn't be any limitations or any judgment towards anybody that just wants to bring their car to take it out on the dyno. As for me, I'm just here to have a laugh. I'm here to share my experience with you guys, and I don't really care too much. But I can see in some situations where it could bother somebody where, you know, it's a whole game of numbers. You know, like, oh, well, his car is faster. Oh, his car is faster. But in this case, I felt like I had the most fun out of everybody else. And it was so crazy because I even got a cheer at the end for the little Honda. I think everybody was kind of rooting for this, you know, as the underdog. And no matter the outcome, it was a lot of fun. And maybe other people just caught into the fact that I just really don't care. And I feel like there shouldn't be any stigma in the car community, and people, no matter what it is, should bring it. Even if you have a automatic Nissan Altima or whatever it is, you should be able to successfully take it to a dyno day. So anyways, you know, we maxed out at 97 horsepower, and I was genuinely impressed at how much noise this little engine makes. I mean, the cold air intake really makes a difference. It sounds really cool. And I even noticed that the tech that was running the dyno, he really appreciated the shifter. He kept going through the gears, and I thought that was kind of cool. And they were kind of making their jokes with, like, one of the guys on the side, he was pretending like he was rowing a boat, and, you know, everybody was just having a good laugh. I thought that was really cool as well. Now, but our torque, we're able to break 100. So we got into the triple figures with this, which I feel like is a big accomplishment for the little Honda. This is definitely going up on the fridge. Maybe I should frame this. My first dyno day. This is kind of special to me. Just like this car in general feels very special to me. And I really hope that you guys got to learn something from this. I didn't get a chance to capture as much content as I would like. And I honestly didn't get to do as much commentary as I usually do in the videos because it was just really quiet in there. I don't know why. It was just like the car is screaming and it's so loud for a second and then it just stops. And then it was just kind of dead silence and it almost felt like a little bit of golf commentary, if you know what I mean, in there. So I would have felt a little bit out of place just talking to a camera. And it just didn't feel like the right environment to do it, even though you guys know that I'm very carefree. And maybe it helps a lot too that my friends are very supportive of what I do and stuff. And it never feels like, you know, I have to be uncomfortable. But for whatever reason, I just didn't really feel like it was the time or place for me to start blabbering on about all the stuff that is going on in my head to project to you guys. I think the next one's in December. I don't know if I'm gonna have anything to put out there, but I just wanna also let you know that this is still not the end for the little Honda. Okay, we've been making these upgrades and I do have kind of a master plan, if you will, but the one thing that's making it difficult for me is I'm kind of slowly falling in love with the 1.6, the little single jingle, the little single cam, the D series, whatever you wanna call it. I really kind of like this engine. And I know that I'm kind of alluding to what I would probably want to do with this, but I almost kind of want to preserve this D-Series because it's still very fun. And I really do want to invest more into the suspension now and really see how much I can get in terms of handling out of this little Civic for more autocross events and heck, maybe even a road racing event. I was talking to this guy there, he had a Mini Cooper S and he was kind of giving me a breakdown of what it was like to do road racing in his car. And I was telling him my insecurities a little bit about this car being slower. I don't want to be the person that everybody has to pass because my car is too slow. But he was kind of being very encouraging about maybe the idea of taking this thing out to a proper road racing day instead of just, you know, a couple laps around the track. So something to keep in mind. But, you know, I think I'll wrap things up with the video here. I really appreciate you guys coming down, checking this video out. And for all of you that have been rocking with me, I really appreciate you, especially with this whole entire series with the Civic. I know that we have a lot of other stuff going on. We have, you know, stuff with the GSR now, but I really do love making this Honda content. And it makes me so excited and I feel so fortunate to be able to do this stuff. So, I think with that being said, hope you guys have a great day. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.